From a city that has hosted 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New Orleans Saints. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. They'll start on the ground with Swift. Oh, what a move. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. When you look at the Saints defense, they're a unit that struggled some against the run, no doubt, coming in 25th out of 32 teams.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
So in Saints territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Here's Hurts to throw. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there, 21 yards. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Done good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Here's Dunn now. Following the made field goal, he'll kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Quinn. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards. The Saints had 2-12 in what has been a tough year. They come in needing just to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And let's face it, everyone now, they're looking to the leaders. But the
pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. They go play action with Hurts. That's caught downfield by Pickens. Touchdown! George Pickens, 44 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Done good with the extra point. And it's now 14-0.
Eagles 14, Saints nothing.
So Dunn now following the score. Back out to send this away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard. At the 32-yard
Now a first carry for their fullback. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Let's face it, you always want a team full of guys who can get you first downs and big plays of all styles, but you've got to have a big man you can just turn and hand it to, and he can be dependable in picking up first downs.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. You look at this Eagle defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Olave with his first grab, and he also has a first down. They'll run. Here's Wilson. The tackle by Nakobe Dean.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here's a 2nd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Saints, nothing.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a 1st.
1st down, Eagles.
Looking to throw. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Just a gain of a couple there. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Hurts. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hurts throw into the hands of Pickens. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Here's a toss play right to Swift. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Now Hurts on the option right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. A solid chunk of 11 yards there on the keeper. But fourth down now. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. George Pickens, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Done good with the extra point. And it's now 21-0. Here's Dunn now as he'll run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Eagles are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. On first down, Hurts. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he...
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember, and he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Brian Branch with it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Steps away. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles will extend their lead here just before halftime. Done good with the extra point. And that makes the score 28-0. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. He completes it to Wilson. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Swift going to try up the middle. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints 22. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football. They'll try and run here with Swift. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll try it now with Swift. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Once again, it's Swift. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. He'll get a couple of yards on the keeper, but it's going to lead to a 4th down. Sort of interesting going with a draw play there. Do you like that call?
I don't, but it would be a lot more powerful coming from me if I'd said it before the play actually happened, if I'd first guessed it. But look, a draw in that situation, heavy risk reward. If he walks in, it looks like a great call, doesn't it?
Yeah, instead brings up a tough 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. He had 3 touchdowns already, but won't get a 4th here. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ball on the 27. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run the toss to Swift. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Hard running at the 15. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 17 there and a New Orleans 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now they'll audible to something else. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And the ball is knocked out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error.
Hurts fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
In today's NFL, most teams don't have as many goals for the game like we used to have where you checked off your boxes. But 0 turnovers, that's a universal. And while it won't likely cost them in this game, they're going to regret the fact that they coughed one up here.
Yeah, their first blemish. They had mistake-free football prior. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Partner, we read a great article this week arguing for him to be Defensive Player of the Year. Normally sacks are the big thing that people point to, but what he's done in the secondary has been something special.
It has been, because it's been an all-around game for him. Taking the ball away, rushing the quarterback and sacking him himself, doing a number of different things that change the way the game is played.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense, because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Third down and 6. They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. It's Brian Branch with it. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's second down now.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. Now they'll work with 4 receivers here on third down and long. Here's Hurts to throw. Completes this one to Pickens. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 23. They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. But they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
At the 9-yard line.
Here's Swift. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. From the gun, it's Hurts. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. A nightmare on third and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Eagles, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year.
And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile,